Why, hello there, everyone in chat. Ready to see some Link to the Past action? Are you ready for some more Rando League? We got a very exciting match, part of a doubleheader. I won't spoil the results, obviously, but we got BrewersFanJP, JP of WJPTBB, taking on oneup40 of Team Kappa, the Wisdom players. They're going to be doing some Ambrosia for you all. My name's Willard J. Bradley, and I'm joined today by the opponent that I will be facing on Wednesday in our matchup, Fear Agent.
Hey.
Howdy, howdy.
How's it going?
I mean, it's going. I'm mad at you, but at the same time, I'm in a good mood for some reason. I don't know why.
Listen, the mode that I chose for our race could be way worse. It'll be fun.
Right now, it's a 50-50 between seeds being okay versus seeds being absolutely terrible.
Here's the thing. Since version 31, right? That's the version we're on. There hasn't been like more than a handful of good seeds. Like 10, maybe. So
that's true. There's some truth to that.
But it doesn't matter because that's tomorrow. That's not even tomorrow. It's Wednesday. We got
it's Wednesday. Yeah.
We got something even worse. We've got Ambrosia.
Fear. Oh my. What does that mean?
All right, so we're gonna do standard, which means we're gonna rescue Zelda. We've got a sword, just like you would in the vanilla game, and we got a couple different changes in Ambrosia. So the uncle's gonna spoil the location of the boots, kind of, and all the bosses will have non-dungeon items. So no maps, no keys, no compasses. Doesn't necessarily mean progression, but they'll have something. So it definitely changes routing up a bit. Regardless, it'll be fun because we got two like really good runners.
That should be an exciting match. Ambrosia, it's an interesting mode. I do like the changes to the dungeons because it does kind of completely alter how you play each dungeon, how you play the seeds, especially dungeons that only have 2 items in them. So, as soon as you find the first one, it's like, cool, I can skip everything until I find the big key, or once I find the big key, and then just go straight for the boss. I just wish the actual boots hit was actually a useful hit and not terrible and pointless sometimes.
Dark World or Light World are the worst ones. In theory, I think Ambrosia is great, but in practice, they've all just been terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like the one I did in week 1 of the Rando League. Was it week 1 or week 2? No, it would have been week 2 then.
Yeah, it was week 2. Yeah.
Nice boomerang to start things off. So once we actually talk to our uncle and activate our sword, we can see what that stun prize is and maybe get some early bombs or rupees. Would be nice. Wow, look at these strange, wacky characters that we have on our screen. Oh my gosh, is that Dragonite of the Pokemon franchise, as well as Bowser of the Mario franchise?
I think so. I'm not familiar with any other game besides A Link to the Past. So.
I only exclusively play Zelda and Zelda-related things, exactly. So these characters make no sense to me.
Yeah, they're completely
I am so... My immersion is shattered. I don't even know what to think anymore about this game. $20 and magic gonna be our drop, so
I think that's this is a big prize, right? So I think this has bombs in it. I think
bombs would be good.
And we did find out that boots are in Thieves Town, which isn't the worst.
No, I didn't even pay attention to that. It's a good idea.
Worst locations for it to be.
Everything all right, JP? You gonna come back? Does oneup have audio? As much as I want to sit here and listen to Fear Agent breathe. There we go, okay. We're back in. We're back out. We're back in. We're back on oneup side. All right. At least we can watch somebody play the game, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying the boots are in Thieves Town is a nice... actually, good hint. That's good. As long as they're not in the big chest and...
right.
Hammer somewhere stupid.
Myth's Dark World Access and Myths are Swamp Palace or something.
Ugh, the classic.
So we have WJPTBB on the left. What was your guys' record? 10-4? Is that?
Yeah, finished 10-4.
Second place in the division.
Second place, yeah.
oneup40 representing Team Kappa, who went 13-1 in the regular season. Our one loss,
Hi.
WJPTBB. There you go.
Here it is. And what a loss it was. It's like a minute difference. It was a really close one. It's been very interesting because like those 4 losses that we had in the league were all by a minute or less. They all have, I mean, that's not technically true because JTB kind of threw in his Ganon fight during Mystery Week, but they all happened while both teams were fighting Ganon. I think that's a better way to put it. Ooh, JP got to be a little close. You don't want to death him yet at all. There's a small key.
Making good work of that boomerang, though. So it should be safe from here. Yeah, even taking the extra time to grab that heart just to make sure you want to redo all of this.
Yeah, the walk back isn't that dangerous, but even with just half a heart, when you get to that vertical hallway with the 3 guards,
somebody
there are hearts there.
Quick.
Yeah. I remember one time I was racing and the map chest room with the 1 blue guard just insta-turned and like poked me. I was like, what? He never does that. Why would he do that?
He knew.
He knew?
He knew. So you see there's a little golden triangle there. WJPTBB is up 1 game. So a pretty must win here for oneup.
Yeah, taking game 1 in a best of 5 scenario has some good implications just for kind of how the rest of the game or the rest of the set could play off. Because I mean, depending on how things go, you got to take who you want for games 4 and 5 if it gets to that point. I'm looking forward to our race on Wednesday. It should be fun.
I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's not a decider game. Like I hope.
I hope it is. That'd be great.
I hope we have some leeway here.
Listen, I'm just happy that my boy JTB got that win. Like, there's going to be there's no pressure on me. It's either going to be pressure to go 3-0 or pressure to just get us to game 4 or whatever. Yeah.
If there's gonna be if we can guarantee a game 4, then I'm excited for tomorrow or Wednesdays. If I have to win, ugh.
Yeah, and you got to play that awful MC small key shuffle nonsense.
That's right.
Mode that nobody plays.
All right,
you guys
so
know
nothing.
That Fear Agent picked that just to spite me because I vetoed inverted. He told me.
Right. Yeah. Nothing in escape so far.
No, just not even bombs either. Oh well, oneup did pick up a bomb at some point, so that is going to be.
Yeah, the rats.
Oh, there we go. There's I have some bombs for you. Hey, I have some bombs for you.
So we're going to see pretty standard routing. You're going to come out of escape, and I imagine we see both of them heading over to Kakariko, especially since they've got a little bit of cash and those bombs as well.
No, even more rich. Wow. This is probably the most barren I've ever seen Hyrule Castle in a while.
Yeah,
at least
nothing.
I feel like, you'd see at least like maybe a hammer sometimes or a sword upgrade.
Something, a Samaria.
I've seen 2 gloves in escape once in a standard setting. So, but I mean, that just leaves Kakariko open to be even more
garbage.
Loaded. or garbage.
Yeah, 557.
Loaded garbage.
Yeah, for oneup. So nice sub 6-minute escape for him there. Last chance. $5. Lame. Who are you rooting for in this one? I wasn't sure about that.
I mean, I gotta go with JP, I guess.
Yeah.
What about you?
That. I think I'm rooting for oneup. I think.
Okay.
But
I mean, I don't want to be biased, and I don't really want to say I'm rooting for anyone in particular. Generally, I'm always like, hey, let's get a close, fun match. But
I mean, yeah, it can be close, but I think I have to root for oneup. So we got to check there for the map. I saw a pendant somewhere.
Ooh, Cane of Samaria here in the drop down. We saw a pendant up at Tower of Hera, and then crystals at Eastern and Desert.
There we go.
So there's
Samaria's
one piece of the puzzle.
Nice. Yeah, I love Samaria early now that it just breaks everything.
Oh yeah, now with Icebreaker and Ice Palace and Diver Down and Swamp Palace, it's like the sooner you see it, the better.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if it might send you into T-Rock without Ice Rod.
Right. Just the fact
You can
that
do Icebreaker. It's like, it's worth it.
Totally. All right, so come on, Kakariko. Give us... I want to see just Dark World access right away. And not just Dark World access. I want to see Mitts and Hammer. And you know what? Hookshot. Just open the entire game up to these runners and see where we...
It feels like you're playing inverted and you get to the light world and all of a sudden you have like a million things to do.
Yeah. First step where these runners are going to make once they get that Dark World access, so long as it's... Well, even if it's not the Hammer, is seize down to grab those boots.
Yeah, the question is going to be, though, if it's not in the front and you don't have the Hammer, I wonder if you'd still keep going deep in.
That's tough.
That's a question. It's a good question.
Blind's got nothing. Links for nothing. Blind.
We got 4 hearts now. It's a little comfortable if we suddenly find 3 pieces to get us into the Dark World.
The real question is, who's that guy? Is that Blind in Blind's hut?
I don't think so.
Just a random
I think it's
dude?
just some guy that moved in. He's like, "Did you know that Blind used to live here?
Take his stuff.
Take his stuff. Have some good stuff." Is that Blind's mom?
Yeah,
is that a hair? Is that a hairpiece or is that a hat? Well, we got a hook shot and a master sword.
All right, some stuff. We finally got some stuff. Hookshot and Master Sword, both nice items to have right out the gate.
This Bowser Sprite. I've actually not seen this Bowser Sprite. It's kind of silly.
Mm.
It's so thick.
Very thick.
Honestly, I'd be pretty ecstatic seeing Hookshot this early as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Though, in this kind of scenario, you're already at least for me, I'd be like, okay, I have a Master Sword and Hookshot. I just need like a couple more pieces for this to be a Aga Seed with Hookshot across the broken bridge kind of scenario.
Yeah, this is
always.
Ooh,
oh,
Temper.
Jeez. Okay, baby
Easy
game
mode?
already.
Yeah.
See, that's why I really wanted to see a hard item pool, man. Game's too easy once you get up to like Gold Sword and Silvers.
Season 3.
Season 3. Add it to the list. Boots start. Quick swap.
Ooh.
Go on library.
Ooh, spicy.
Well, we know where our boots are. Ish. So.
Agassi would be really interesting. Nothing on the race game there. So pretty nice Kakariko. That hook shot and a couple of swords.
That's the kind of nice thing about this mode in particular is just you're done with escape. You don't have to think about anything unless you have to go do Aga Tower, but then it's at least a straight shot. As opposed to open mode where like you tend to put off portions of it and you want to try and maybe route in Hyrule Castle with the Aga play or stuff like that.
Yeah.
It kind of just, even though it's really slow at the beginning, it does kind of speed up that Dark World access in my opinion.
Yeah, it's nice not having the decision of when do I not go to escape.
Nice little hook shot through the block. JP following closely behind. Probably going to go ahead and do Mini Moldering Cave. Is JP doing Mini Moldering Cave to Agnes Cave?
I think so.
That'd be the only reason why you'd go this direction first. Oh, there's a lamp.
All right.
All right, so we just need a Flippers hammer,
glove.
Pearl, or glove, and then a Moon Pearl. And that Aga play is inbounds. I wonder. I feel like JP got to be a little careful here. Still got to be a little careful here.
Yeah, getting bodied there.
Oh my god.
I hate the mini moldworms so much. They are
moldworms in general. That entire species just needs to be wiped out.
Wipe them out. Yeah, just wipe them out of Hyrule. I think that might be my campaign for season 3 is no more mold.
Can we just get a version of Randomizer that just removes all moldworms?
Yeah.
All right, well, nothing in Mini Moldworm Cave. We did get some money, so either this is going to work out very well for JP going to Agnes Cave, or very well for oneup going to Ice Rock Cave.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because one of them, they're both going to isolate one of those checks, and if Here's the thing: both of them are going to be trash, so
Yeah, probably.
it doesn't really matter.
And then when you make a play like this, you're like, just please give me early flute so I can go check the other one without too much trouble.
Yeah.
Please. You guys both got to be pretty careful, though. Health low, beeping. One hit KO, basically. Alright, moment of truth. What's an Ice Rock Cave? It's Zora money.
All right, so we're gonna see some fake flippering. Interesting. No Moon Pearl, so we can't do Waterfall Fairy, but we're really close to Zora.
Yeah, just need another 24. JP got to be very careful not getting hit. Oh my gosh. Sometimes the angle just works that you get like bopped right in the corner.
I don't know. How do you feel about this fake flippering here?
I mean, I would just go to Hobo and then go to Eastern if it was me. Because it's not like he's going to go farm rupees in Zora's domain. And the classic heart piece.
Yeah.
Over in Agon's Cave, so... And, I mean, the other thing is Zora's not even logic, so right now we're kind of looking at Sahasrara Eastern, like, that's the big play, so... If we ever see one up again, and he makes some cool play that leads to something 50 bucks.
There's that Zora money. Oh, but he's not even doing it. He's just doing that's interesting. Just to do fake flipper just for hope. I guess you're banking on trying to find something that would prevent you from doing or having to do Aga at this point. I don't
know. That's kind of a weird one. I'd say if you had Moon Pearl, you'd do like Waterfall, then to Hobo, maybe.
Yeah,
but Hobo by itself is interesting. But with that, JP more likely gonna take a bit of a lead here. But we're still very early in the sea, and it looks like we are going to be going into Eastern Palace.
Is that all we have left?
We have that and Moon Pearl or something on the pyramid.
Jeez. Yeah, this is definitely an Agaseed because we're not getting. Well, I guess if we get like a flute or a glove, then we have all of Death Mountain. So there's a possibility.
Yeah. Or we could find flippers and then there's something in Waterfall. There's still a lot of possibilities, but yeah, this is very much leaning towards that Aga Tower.
And
if I had to guess.
In Ambrosia, it feels so bad going into dungeons you can't clear because you know that there's one less item that you can get. So there's only 2 items that we can have logical access to here without that bow.
Especially in this dungeon, because it is kind of a big walk, especially if like the big key ends up being vanilla.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, there's no choice. You have to do it because this is where our progression is. It just sucks.
Well, there's one of them. There's only one available item left. And at this point, I don't know. I mean, Glove would open up a tiny bit. It'd open up Zora too.
Yeah, Glove would open up Zora, and then it would give us access to the mountain with the hook shot. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. With the hook shot, that'd be pretty significant.
I'm thinking we're gonna find a glove here.
Yeah, it's kind of leaning towards that. Glove or flute. Kind of hoping it'd be just in that chest right there, and then you could just leave.
Yeah. They are doing Aga though. There's very strong possibility that they're doing Aga in this scene.
Yeah. I mean, a glove would open up Paradox Cave, Spiral Cave.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Spectacle Cave, Old Band. There's plenty of opportunity to find the hammer and Moon Pearl or another glove, but is it really gonna? At least put the last item in the big chest. Don't make him walk all the way around.
All the way around.
Oh gosh. And it's gonna be bombs.
What?
Wow. Okay.
Is it? It's Aga, right? Like, there's nothing left.
Nope. Nothing left. Nothing in logic. So the question is JP gonna go Ice Rock Cave? Still in Sanctuary. What is he doing with this?
I don't know. Oh, he's farming up money. He's gonna go do Zora.
Oh. I mean, there is the very slight possibility that, it could be like flippers on the pyramid. Or glove on the pyramid to put something in logic on Zora. It's very slight, very possible, but...
I think it'd be funny if it was flippers to get the moon pearl out of Waterfall Fairy.
I mean, that's the thing, is like these sequence breaks could potentially allow you to skip Aga Tower, but
the problem is
we're kind of running out.
Yeah, I mean, we know that he's going to do Hobo, so there's nothing there.
Well, fortunately for him, he's going to get his 50 rupees from it to go then do Zora.
Yeah. Well, is he going to? Yeah, I think he's going to do Ice Rod Cave first, right, and get his 300. That's always a feel bad.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he still needs money for the Dark World anyway, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Once he gets that, then he'll just be like, okay, cool, I have all the money I need. But yeah, oneup at this point is going to have nothing left, is going to go straight for Aga. So there has to be... I mean, there's just something on the pyramid. There's nothing else. And it's either going to be... I think worst case scenario would be Moon Pearl to send you to Pod right away. But it's more than likely just going to be a glove. So, I don't see this being very advantageous for JP.
I mean,
the chances of it are very small. Very small chances, but... Because
he can't do the pyramid, you can't do the Waterfall Fairy, and you can't get the item off the ledge either, so...
No.
Well...
But I mean, it could be something to...
With the Samaria, do you need Samaria and like a red boomerang to do and still a fake flipper?
I think you just need bombs in Samaria.
Okay.
For one of them, but I don't know that one.
Jumping off that waterfall though with Samaria and bombs. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, here's the very unlikely situation here is that Glove is on Pyramid, Glove opens up Zora, which has Moon Pearl, and then JP's just going to be able to just go continue in the Dark World, just go on his merry way.
Yeah.
It's not... the chances are very slim, but...
Yeah.
What an awful start. I would hate this.
It's terrible. I mean,
it's good to know that Aga is 100% required.
Yeah.
Instead of having to make that decision later, but like...
I'm just glad I'm not playing this. Remember how I talked about how Ambrosia is terrible? Well, welcome to the...
I don't know, I just feel like during that Ambrosia week, I just felt like there were so many Aga seeds.
Thanks, Bwayne.
Thanks, Bwayne. When's Ambrosia version 2 with an item in the big chest and on the boss? He's talking about it.
Oh, I'm down.
I mean, it'd make Mire and Desert pretty easy.
Yeah. I've been asking Synac if we can make Uncle tell us the exact location of the boot.
See, that's what I'd prefer. Like, I think that's a better situation than starting with boots.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that was scary. Because I feel like, as much as I like boot start, it is kind of nice that, you know...
It's still a part of the progression.
Yeah. Okay, big 20 on Zora Ledge, so don't have to worry about any of that Incilla nonsense.
Man, if Zora is nothing, this
it feels bad play. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, if oneup ever comes back and does Zora at some point, then...
But even if it does, you imagine you probably have flippers. Still a little bit of time. Regardless, if there's nothing here, it's going to be a feel-bad moment, whether oneup has to come back and do it or not.
Yeah, and speaking of feel-bad, oneup's got to be careful, down to 1.5 and... Oh, don't freeze. Come. Oh, it's just $20. That sucks.
Yeah.
Alright, well. JP now going to be basically a full Aga Tower climb behind and a walk up to Hyrule Castle. And you know, when you make a play like that and it doesn't pay off, I feel like it's really easy to just get into your head and then let that affect the rest of your play.
Yep.
And it's so easy to go off of that and be like, well, now I have to start making really wacky plays and potentially put yourself even further behind. It's still very early in the scene.
I mean, he's a climb behind, but there's look at the items we've got. We've got nothing. So there's plenty of opportunity to make up time in other places. So hopefully for JP, he decides, doesn't let this tilt him and realizes like, okay, I made this check, but there's still plenty of opportunities to win this race and make up time. So not over by any stretch of the means. I think we're gonna find the moon pearl here on the pyramid, and just gonna have to go right into
Pod for flippers or something.
It's either gonna be glove or moon pearl, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it can really be much of anything else aside from it's either gonna be Death Mountain access or just East Dark World access. That's it. Have not been counting these blue balls, but I think we see
a couple.
Wow,
Not
there
too
you
many.
go.
Yeah.
A 23-minute Dark World access. That's pretty standard.
Without the moon pearl, though.
Without the moon pearl.
Oh, look at that little guy.
Oh, he's a good little Bowser car. You can't see it from there, bud. Gotta go down there. You go. Go up.
He's just going. He's not even checking it. He's just gonna go grab it.
It's the glove.
There it is.
Okay. All right. Death Mountain, we go.
What a dumb seed.
Ugh. I mean, at least it wasn't something worse. It could have been so much worse, like a book to go to desert or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, at least a glove is a good progression item that helps you out a ton and is very always required.
Right now, we're just a hammer or another glove away from regular Dark World access. Oh, we still need the dang Moon Pearl, but the Moon Pearl's going to be up here.
Yeah, it's got to be. Did either player check Cats or Lumberjack? I don't think we did.
I don't think so, no. It's not, I don't see a lot of runners check Lumberjack coming out of a standard.
No. I feel like you don't really check it until you get the boots anyway, and then just do bonk rocks to go up there and check it.
Yeah, and since he's done AGA, he's not even checking it now either. So.
Well, yeah.
That's a little
I'll just come back for when I get boots out of Thieves Town.
I probably would have checked it there just because I don't want to have to make that trek again, but
yeah, I mean, there's still some other possibility. We could find Mirror up here, and then he could, Mirror after checking Bumper Ledge. There's still some possibilities to route it in efficiently. All right, well, we got one item we can get on this side of Death Mountain, and then we got a whole plethora of things, and one up going straight to the right.
Well, yeah, and I'm wasting time with that one.
Right into a dead run. Is this a normal play to just go ahead and skip the Spectacle Rock Cave?
Not that I've seen.
I don't know. I don't do it. What if it's Hammer and now you can't go do Hera because you did it this way?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that. We'll see if it works out or not.
All right, JP almost done with his AGA climb or AGA fight. And then we'll get his glove, and we'll follow soon behind. Well,
there's the other glove. Now we just need mirror and a flute.
Hammer and pod. Let's go.
I mean, this is the scenario that we're talking about, right? If we don't find the hammer here, when do you go to Thieves Town? And there we go.
There we go.
That's more checks, because now we can do all of Dark Death Mountain as well.
See that? Oh my gosh. Gold Sword at 25 minutes? 26? It's such a baby video game.
Yeah.
Just need to get the other bow. And be good to go.
Yeah, hopefully honestly, for 1-up, there's nothing over in Spectacle Rock. Because, I don't know, when you go back down.
Oh, there we go. We got a pendant pod and a green pendant mire. Did not catch the Pyramid Fairy crystals, so I'm going to pretend they don't exist. I like the little Dratini. It's so cute.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Pokemon, so...
Have you never played a Pokemon game?
I have not.
Wow. Not even like the old school ones? The good ones?
Even then, I was too old for Pokemon.
That's fair, I guess.
I'm very old.
That's unfortunate.
My bones are brittle, so. Nothing here. Spectral Rock. Now, where's he going? Is he now going to walk back to Spectral Rock after doing Spiral Cave? What?
I'm assuming he's going to do the Dark Death Mountain stuff.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. I forgot we had myths.
Yeah. Honestly, like, this is the best time to get the myths and Moon Pearl and just knock all this out. Get your T-Rock info, get your dungeon info, and then, Yeah, and then never come back up here until you can full clear T-Rock. Or when you're coming up here for your Ice Rod in T-Rock. For the most part, I feel like we're probably gonna be watching One Up for a while. I don't see much Divergent coming up until we start really getting some items. Because I'm assuming both players are gonna go straight to Village of Outcast, go get those boots, go from there. And they're gonna be hoping that they're just in the front four.
As long as you can get them, yeah. But this is Ambrosia, so there's going to be some terribleness where the hammer is going to be somewhere terrible, I imagine. And JP making the same play.
Well
maybe. This might reroute him. Oh, he's at half a heart.
Yeah.
Not the place to be at half a heart. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Impressive.
I think I got the restream up. Okay, Bombos for T-Rock. And it looks like Ice Palace and Swamp are going to be our Pyramid Fairy Crystals.
Oh, shout out to our tracker today for doing that.
Thank you.
So
Oof, that is
4-4.
Unfortunate death. I didn't even see it. All of a sudden I saw red.
Yeah, I mean, the mountain's hard to navigate. There's either when you're that low of health.
So Dark Death Mountain, aside from Ether, which we might need for Mire, meh.
All right, so feels like One Up's gonna go get those boots, or at least attempt to. And the boots would unlock some stuff like the remainder of Eastern. We got that. We got that bow off of library to complete Eastern.
Yeah, this, and then we could also take the boots and go find out what's at King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks and Lumberjack. That's the thing, though. The seed doesn't really have much guidance towards where you should be going next. Obviously, going back to Eastern is probably up there, but you wouldn't want to do that until you have the hammer. But at the same time, Pod is a pendant, so diving Pod without the hammer is not the end of the world.
Yeah, and One Up going to Skull Woods first. This is interesting. I in Ambrosia, I pretty much skip Skull Woods until I have the Fire Rod.
Yeah, because one item is going to be on Moth, and there's also a good chance that the other item is going to be behind Fire Rod. So, like, this is a big check for one item. It's like walking to Agana's cave.
Right.
I mean, at least he has Samaria to make checking this one a little bit quicker, but... And you never know, you could get a vanilla Fire Rod or French vanilla Fire Rod. There's a small key.
Nothing. Both items could just be in the back. That's why.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I would not. Probably would not have made this play, especially when you know the boots are readily available potentially.
Yeah.
JP having no fun over on Death Mountain. Looked like he wanted to see what was on Floating Island. I think it just saw it was like $20 or like a rupee, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a big 20.
But
with this seed, I think the thing I'm most surprised about is the fact both of our runners skipped the inside of Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like a normal play.
Yeah, I just can't believe that both of them did that. I think both feel behind at this point because they last locationed Aga, but I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't in this seed. Nobody wants to do Aga without the Moon Pearl, so... I
mean, there's also that, but there's also just getting sight on the Spectacle Cave item, too, or the Spectacle Rock item.
Yeah.
It's a free item and info on another item. $20 in the C-shape hut, while JP is going to be heading into Super Bunny. So if JP skips Skull Woods, he's not going to be too far behind, but I feel like this Death Mountain has been... It's been rough. He's been having a little bit of trouble just navigating, including that death to the Dead Rock.
Here's another...
It's super avoidable because you could just get a health refill from the old man on the mountain.
Yeah, here's another check that I'm not the craziest about, and that's not finishing Village of Outcasts before heading into Thieves Town.
Yeah, because what if Hammer's like...
Right there,
Ooh, 2 items in the front already. One of them's going to be a big key. But will the other one be the boots? And if it's three items in the front, I'd feel pretty content about just going ahead and finishing this dungeon.
Well, yeah, because then the last item's on
The boss.
Yeah.
So you already know the big chest is not going to be required. So that is another nice thing about Ambrosia.
Yes.
And one last chance.
Is it gonna be it? I don't think it's it.
Nope.
Not it.
Well, now you got to make a decision. Ugh. God, the seat stinks.
Right. So you've got 3 items, 3 chests. You've got the attic, you've got blind, and you've got the big chest. And the boots could be in one of those 3 or on blind. There's some sort of math involved in figuring out what are the odds of getting the boots, but I'm not
it's
a
also
math scientist.
Interesting because we didn't get a small key in the front, so now the big chest / maiden cell is like a coin flip. Which one's going to have a small key and which one's going to have the boots? I mean, obviously, worst case scenario is boots in the big chest.
Yeah.
We're not getting them.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate when you skip the hammer inside Spectral Rock when you could get the boots.
You could just full clear this dungeon in one go. It would be sick. Shame. All right, oneup does have to be a little bit careful. He does have the gold sword for dealing with these enemies, but 6 hearts down to 2.5. These enemies will do 2 hearts of damage. They're pretty easy to avoid, especially when they all run away from you.
Yeah, and you have a giant gold sword. All right, so it's on blind.
That's
all
good.
Right.
That's a good problem.
Yeah.
So now comes the question of whether JP will go ahead and follow suit or not.
He's going right in.
He's going right in. He knows what he wants.
Yeah, I'm like, if there's a hammer and I need it and it's in Village of Outcasts, I don't care. I'm going in. It feels so risky though, going to the back without the hammer, and you've already got 3 items or two items. I mean,
yeah, it's not as bad. If it was 3 in the front, well,
yeah,
Ambrosia, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is nice. You can skip everything. You just grab. You can even skip this chest because it's just going to be a useless dungeon item. So
let's see if he does it.
Muscle memory.
Yes, nice. You just have to be careful taking hugs from these dudes. They do a lot of damage when you're only on green mail. They do have a lot of, they have a lot of power with those gold swords, but they don't have a ton of hearts.
Freaking glass cannon mode. He's going to be able to get another heart here right outside, and generally, as long as he sticks to the script, oneup will be fine in this fight. And it looks like JP is going to continue going through this dungeon. We'll be getting his boots off the blind as well, so this is good.
Yep, it's going to make up some time as well by skipping out in Skull Woods. Phase 1 and 2 on script.
I'm going to assume you won.
And the boots.
There's the crystal grab. Oh, man.
Freaking blind. I'm going to blame blind for this one.
Looks like the tracker saw the boots. We didn't.
JP again has to be really careful. Okay.
He does, yeah. I feel like this low percent stuff is really hurting JP right now.
Yeah, for sure. Got ourselves a flute there.
We could probably just go ahead and just do Green Pendant Misery Mire right now.
Yeah, let's do it. That's where our hammer is, right?
The classic. Oh, that was scary. All right. JP, just keep taking it easy. This is not going to refill. Oh, it is going to.
Oh,
wow.
nice. Yeah,
clutch
nice
refill.
Yeah.
That is that's a big sigh of relief right there.
So what I'm going to do dig game, and I think he'll probably grab the smith after this, since he knows that he has to come back and activate that flute. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, and he has to come back and get that bow off the library as well. So
yeah,
he'll probably grab him and then run all the way down. But I'm wrong. We're wrong.
Yeah, or maybe he's just going to skip everything that I think he's going to do.
Sometimes, man, these players are hard to predict. They're not doing the things that I would do.
Yeah. So we have
Like, I mean, you have to come back to Kakariko. I don't know why you wouldn't grab the Smith.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, you've got the flute, so you know your next destination is going to be activate that flute. Ooh, and there's JP getting that. Gotta get that item count up. Get his
dingus.
Getting his key there.
It's throwing off the fantasy points right there.
Shaking my head. All right. Talk to the gangster here, and he gives us blue mail.
That's a good find. Heart piece. Green root. Fire rod.
I mean, now, don't you feel bad about doing Skull Woods?
I think that was an ice rod.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it looked like an ice rod.
Never mind.
It looked blue to me. No, you should still feel bad.
So, where are we going now? Because you can't go anywhere with no hammer, no flippers. So there's nowhere to go.
Oh, JP, gotta be careful.
Ooh, that is.
Oh my gosh, dude! Pause buffer, man.
How did he get past that laser? Oh.
Wait, what? Did he? What did he get hit by?
He got lasered.
What did he have 2 hearts?
Yeah, but he's got green mail.
I don't. The laser does 2 hearts. Oh.
Yeah.
I always thought it was contact damage that does 2 hearts. Huh.
He's got to go back because he knows the boots are there.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. He should have, honestly, like, as soon as he got hit that second time and down to 2 hearts, he should have started pause buffering immediately. He had the right idea to switch to Samaria, though. That was a good call.
Yeah, for sure. It was close, too, because I think he had 2 hits.
Grab the heart.
Yeah, I would have grabbed 2 hearts, because then he could
this is bad. Well, we didn't see anything in Bonk Rocks. We just saw oneup staring at it. That was it.
Grab 2 hearts and start using it. This is the one time I'd want sword beams.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah. Feel bad.
Right. What do we got at Lumberjack? Was it worth it? Oh,
it sure was.
Wow. Okay.
So now we can get both items on the Spectacle Rock. And you know what? I think the hammer is going to be over in a checkerboard game. That's my prediction.
The perfect routing. Oh, and now Smith is like super easy and free. Now you could do the Smith like instantly. Well, he's probably not going to do it. He's going to get flute activated and go get his bow.
Desert. Oh, yeah.
So at this point, we still need that hammer to really kind of open up completable dungeons. I mean, we can go do Tower of Hera.
We can do Desert. No, yeah, we can finish Desert right now. We can't do Ice Palace. Or we could do it, but we can't complete it.
Come on, JP, you can do this, man. It's so easy to get caught in this cycle.
Yeah.
The first time, if you died, okay, you got it. It lagged, and then you did it. Yay.
All right. He wasn't feeling behind before. He's definitely feeling behind now. And again, it's not too late. He's not that far behind. He as long as he can clutch through and remain calm, still completely in this race.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is like one skipped check. Like if JP decides to do... Did he check any of Village of Outcasts?
No, I don't know what. He didn't do Hype Cave. He didn't go...
He didn't even get the flute. Okay.
I think he got. I think he just maybe. I don't.
He skipped everything. He just did Thieves Town and then left.
Yeah, exactly.
He skipped the flute. That was at Chess Game. He skipped Quake at Stumpy, and the Blue Mail and the Ice Rod at Hype Cave. So hopefully this isn't him like, well, I've died twice to blind, so let's just skip all of Village of Outcasts. I hope there's nothing there.
Yeah, he definitely did.
That's an insane play that we obviously know is not going to work out in his favor.
Yeah, maybe it was just a mistake. I'm not sure.
He went right past chess game. He went straight into Thieves Town. I don't know.
All right,
no, he's gonna get his mirror.
Yeah, that's nice. We found out Quake is required for Meyer, which we found somewhere, but again, we don't really want to see it.
Right. That was at Stumpy's, so they can actually get the green vendor right now. So,
yeah. All right. So here's
that entire dungeon is in logic. That's disgusting. So you know something's going to be on Sahasrara, or it's a bait.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe. All right. Let's think about this. Maybe JP, at one moment when the game was frozen and his feed was frozen, maybe he saw that mirror was there and he's going to go do that so he can route Smith Chain faster.
Yeah,
we can believe.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a good. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Kind of.
Ooh, wow. Flippers. Flips. All right, well. It puts hammer in Ice Palace. All right, no. We don't have either fire source. Never mind.
Yeah.
It puts all the stuff that JP did in logic once he gets it.
All right, so there's the bow. I mean, at this point, I thought maybe you were right and he grabbed the mirror and knew about the mirror and left because of that. But him going to grab the bow now makes me think other.
Yeah. You got a bottle, apparently? I never...
Oh my god! Where did the bottle?
Oh, that must have been in Bonk Rocks. We didn't see that on OneUp side. Okay, well, we'll finally get some divergence.
Yeah, OneUp needs to go to. I mean, fortunately for him, he's got that flute, so he can grab it really quick. But don't put that off for too long, there, buddy.
It is kind of a required item, and this will allow JP to route Skullwoods in one go.
Yep.
And if he checks the front first, he'll get his item, and then he can go straight to Moth. He's not going to do that. He's going to work back to front, which arguably makes more sense.
Yeah, especially because he has an unvillageable cast, so he's going to have to route it in anyway. So I think it's fine. Crystal number 2 for OneUp there. Desert landmill giving us $50, as well the flippers there in Desert, and we're going to do a couple more checks here in the Meyer area. What a seed! We still don't have an hammer. We're 45 minutes in. This is not cross keys, by the way.
Here's the scary thing: is now with that fire rod, the hammer could be an Ice Palace, the classic.
Yeah.
Hammer and ice. Oh, not going to be going into Meyer quite yet.
I mean, no matter where it is, it's going to be somewhere bad.
Ooh, OneUp. Oh, okay. It looked like he was going to go. I think he wanted to go set up for the pod and then Eastern play, but
this is actually better for him, I think, unless pod has something. Really needs to go to Sick Kid though.
Yeah, that fire rod is very required because we have both required Skullwoods and T-Rock. JP, because he's routing back to front, he probably should have grabbed that small key from the Gibdo so he can route the front a lot more efficiently without having to drop down the left side. Of course, it's not going to matter because there's probably a small key in the first chest in the back section of this, or he'll just get the arrows on the right side anyway. Very nice mod fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
20 arrows in Skullwoods. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Where is this hammer?
Well, it's either going to be in Pod, could be on Armos, could be in Meyer, could be in Ice Palace, could be the first item in Swamp.
God, all of these are terrible. So You know what's gonna be funny is if we find Bombos next, we're in hammer no mode at least.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wow.
There's that small key.
Well, at least we know it's not going to be like Pyramid Fairy with Ice Palace being a crystal.
Yeah.
A Pyramid Fairy crystal. Man, it's so fun commentating races when you can't watch any of it.
One at a time. We got to watch one at a time. You know, it'd be funny is if Hammer is literally just sitting inside of Paradox Cave. At this point, I really hope it is. Just to punish them.
Oh, Spectacle Cave?
Oh, yeah, Spectacle Rock. I'm sorry, yeah.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be amazing. But, like, I guess I'd be more inclined to make, but Tower of Heroes a pendant. I don't know, man. I mean, right now,
you don't want to go
looking at a bunch of. We're looking at a bunch of dungeons we can't beat without Hammer or their pendant dungeons. So
yeah,
and with Hookshot and Harapot, you could just sequence break up, kill Moldorm right away, and just hope he has the hammer on him.
Oh no, where? Oh, one of them doing water checks now. Well, we haven't seen Waterfall Fairy, right?
This is okay.
He can't go in Ice Palace yet. He doesn't have that. Had me a little worried there.
Oh, I love the Whirlpool hitboxes. They're so good. Terrible. Oh, this is new. We haven't seen Graveyard Ledge.
We have not.
Two
new checks and freeze. Well, just expect both of the streams to freeze at the exact same time. There's Powder. Okay.
Another heart and another heart.
So that Powder is good for 1UP because that will incentivize him to go back to Kakariko and hopefully he remembers to turn in his bottle at that point.
I'm surprised that 1UP didn't go for the Catfish Zora play. Like that would have been, especially with Aga already completed, like this would have been the seed to do it in because it would have been so quick.
Yeah.
But he's going to get his 20 bucks here. JP needs to go back to Chess Game to get the flute. He needs to go to Stumpy to get Quake. And then
presumably, we don't know. Yeah, we don't know if Quake's actually needed. I mean, it's needed to get into Mire, but we don't know if there's anything in Mire. Mire's
Hammer's gonna be in there.
I know it's totally gonna be the Hammer's totally.
That's where I would go. It's Hammer and Mire is just so. Oh, but it's Ambrosia.
That's the problem. Is that one item is on
big play for one item. Yeah. Well, they would be able to get both items. That's true.
I mean, you can, but do you want to? Ugh. All right, so 1UP is going where?
Away from Sick Kid. JP gonna activate his flute. I wonder if he's gonna take that right away. I'm still just completely flabbergasted by JP's routing decisions in this Village of Outcast.
Yeah, I think it was. He still hasn't done the rest. He's done one check on Village of Outcast, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just the one at Chess Game, I think. He might have done C-Shape Fight as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did that.
Oh, we haven't seen any of this Smith chain.
Nope.
And 1UP still is going, Sick Kid. I don't know how long he's going to be able to do that for.
JP will more than likely get his flippers here soon in Desert.
Man, he is making some bold plays because he's
is
feeling behind.
Yeah. Which I don't blame him, but like, when's it going to stop? What's the limit? I could see him being the first one in Mire at this point.
Well, he doesn't have to wait.
Oh, he can't do it. You're right.
Yeah. It's it's funny is you and I are members of both of these teams, and both of our players, our runners, are making decisions where it's just like, please, I wish I could talk to you right now and slap you around a bit. Like, go talk to Sick Kid. You're right here.
I'm just giddy. It's just. I'm at the same time. I'm just so glad I'm not playing this seed because it's like, ugh.
Yeah, terrible.
These are literally like if they're
there it is.
Oh, there it is. Wow. Powder. So Powder off a Waterfall to having to discard your portal just to get to Magic back. So that's good for 1UP if and only if he goes to Sick Kid right now.
Yeah, he really needs to go Sick Kid. No, do not flute away.
Oh, he's gonna
Oh.
yeah, he's gonna get his portal back so he can go.
He's gonna mirror to do K45. We haven't seen K45. So at this
Oh,
point,
yeah.
we're Bombos away from go mode. Oh, and
We haven't
hammer
seen
pigs,
hammer
of
pigs.
course. Yeah. All right, so
He's gonna get his flippers, which the thing is though, because he already did Zora,
yeah, he's really disincentivized to go check out Waterfall Fairy.
And the scary thing is I could see him making the Ice Palace play because he has that Fire Rod. It's kind of a fun place to be at as a commentator right now because I have literally no idea what these players are going to do next.
I don't know
They're
either.
surprising me around every corner, and it's frustrating but like very interesting.
It's so maddening to watch oneup just pass the sick kid over and over again.
I mean,
Like, I understand.
We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen so many times.
I get what JP's doing. You know, those couple deaths to blind, doing Zora before Aga. Those things make you feel behind, so you have to make plays to catch up. oneup not checking sick kid just means he's not using a tracker.
There's a little check mark that you can put next to the bottle that says that you checked it.
Yeah.
All right, JP getting his flippers. I don't think flippers alone would incentivize him to go straight to Waterfall. Is the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's going to go beat this boss, get another crystal. So it's going to be very interesting to see what JP does next. And it's kind of concerning that the time he spent sequence breaking farming rupees and then sequence breaking Zora might come back to bite him in the butt.
Yeah, because he might head over to Meyer, after doing Village of Outcasts after this.
Yeah.
None of this is going to really pay off. He's got the flippers. He knows that it doesn't really unlock anything. He may head into... I mean, he's got the Fire Rod. He could possibly go into Ice Palace looking for that hammer.
That's the thing, is if he wants to go to like Hype Cave or Stumpy, he has to go from Village of Outcasts without that hammer.
Yeah.
So oneup finding that hammer is really good, but depending on where Bombos is, JP might get sent on a wild goose chase, stumble upon Bombos in some one-off location.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then-
actually worried that oneup is going to find Bombos before he finds that Fire Rod.
Fortunately, dipping T-Rock without a Fire Rod oftentimes will lead you to only checking one chest. But I've also seen Fire Rod
On Laser
I've
Bridge?
also seen Laser Bridge or Fire Rod on Laser Bridge.
Yeah.
But at this point, missing Fire Rod, unfortunate for now. But just having a hammer, being able to beat dungeons is very nice.
Yeah.
Because JP can go into, now that we know where hammer is, JP could easily go into ice. He could easily go into pod. He has all these bad plays he can make.
Yeah.
Well, they're not bad, they're just wrong. He's going to go ahead and beat Eastern.
Yeah, this is fine.
Yep.
It's not going to get anything, but it makes sense.
oneup finding the big key very early here in Swamp, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. We'll see if he wants to do left side or not.
It depends on if the next two items are either of the dungeon items. Yeah. Well, yeah. Because you don't want to do left side and get a map and a compass. Because that would feel pretty bad.
Terrible. All right, so we're just on the hunt for that Bombos medallion.
Yeah.
Where is it gonna be?
Could
The
be
thing is,
Meyer.
if oneup does find it, say here in Swamp Palace, right, then he's gonna go in full clear ice. I guess that's not the biggest deal because Ice Palace is pretty quick with the Samaria and the loadout they have.
Yeah, we still haven't even seen like the top of West Death Mountain or Tower of Hera yet. But I'm sure having, well, yeah, Bombos would send oneup into Ice Palace, which
It's not the worst because he'll be able to clear it and get whatever's in there, right? Like, not terrible, but
yeah, I mean he's constantly working towards getting crystals, which is always good. Now JP, depending on how he ends up routing this, if he stumbles upon Bombos, he still needs to get that ice rod out of Hyde Cave, and might even need that Quake medallion off of Stumpy.
Oh man. So one up setting up diver down here, which is a nice new glitch.
This is stupid.
But
Fire snake.
that fire snake is not letting him do it. It keeps knocking him out of the cliff.
See, I think when I first learned this, I used the bomb setup, but I ended up in a race. I think it was a ladder race or something. I died on left side solo because I wasted all my health bombing myself. So I'm a much bigger fan of the go left one. There you go.
There you go.
Of the Samaria strats.
Yeah.
They just seem a lot more consistent for me, and you don't have to keep bombing yourself or lose all of your inventory, your bomb supply. So yeah, setting up a bomb in the previous room allows you to, and then wait for it to explode. For some reason, the actual hitbox of that, the switch activation doesn't activate, but it kind of just sits there until you go back in that room. It's really bizarre. Yeah, the diver down kind of allows you to skip a bit of screen transitions, but because of how many times one up messed that up, it probably would have been faster just to do it the normal way. This is looking like either hopefully waterfall for JP. Oh, okay. Or so he's probably gonna go back.
Now back to the Valcasts.
Yeah, probably gonna ride up down to Hype Cave.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, he can go all the way down there, and then if he doesn't find Hammer, he can mirror.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is even if he finds Powder, like, he's not going to be inclined to come back because he has to go back into the Dark World. The fact that one up put off Smith Chain actually ended up paying off for him.
Right. We made fun of not grabbing that Smith, but it's gonna.
It didn't make sense not to, though.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
That was the time to do it, and he didn't do it, and he benefits from it. It makes me angry. It's not fair.
Yeah.
All right, Diver Down Part 2. Down to 3 hearts. Down to 3 bombs after this one. Let's see if he gets it first.
Yeah.
That's good.
A couple of hearts. There's another bottle. All right, one up. There's another bottle. Remember, you're not.
What does that? What does that remind you of?
All right, so swamp pretty empty. Not surprising, considering we only need to find bombos. We're an hour in, and JP still hasn't done Hype Cave. That's a little surprising.
Yeah, that is a little bit. But I think it was just one of those, like, him saving and quitting after Thieves' Talent is just kind of like, well, I'm gonna do a bunch of other stuff instead. Fortunately, he doesn't miss anything here at Hammer Pegs, but yeah, the Hammer being at Magic Bad is gonna probably end up hurting him for a while.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. It's a very tough one.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody dip any of the pendant dungeons, so we haven't seen anybody go into Meyer, Pod, or Hera.
I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to go to them either. Though I would have been wrong in this scenario because I would have gone to Meyer. I might have gone to Meyer sooner. I don't know. I can't really speak because I'm sitting here watching this.
Perfect information. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have gone immediately to Waterfall Ferry and got that powder, turned it in, and got my hammer 30 minutes in because I know how to.
Yeah, I'd be done by now, honestly.
Yeah. I'd have silvers too.
Well, this is looking like the pod play now.
This is surprising. Why pod? Oh, because he doesn't have bombos or
yeah. I mean, it's either this or Meyer and 5 items versus 2.
Or the sick kid you ran past multiple times.
Or Tower of Hera plus Spectacle Rock, Spectacle Cave. All right, JP, what is the plan, dude? I'm very curious to see what he's going to do next. Other than go to Hype Cave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hype Cave is definitely next.
So I'm very curious to see what if one up finds bombos here in Pod. That's going to be good and bad because Pod is kind of an awful place to go to. I'm actually kind of surprised that neither player set up the whole pot Eastern dip
Combo, yeah.
earlier, but at the same time, it's
No
like
hammer.
I don't want to do it. I guess I
Yeah.
mean, the fact that you can run over from the pyramid, but still, I wouldn't want to do that. JP feeling good about that ice rod in his hand. The question is, where is he off to next? We need him. I need him to go to Waterfall to get the magical powder.
Turn it into the hammer.
Turn it in.
This just seems gross. This seems like a pod play to me from JP.
Yeah. Because if he was going to go to ice, he would have gone there first.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Right, so gonna have some convergence here over in pod.
This might also be pyramid play.
Well, what?
Wait,
What
catfish.
do you mean,
Oh,
catfish.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, Harry did pyramid.
Yeah,
We did Agate Tower.
yeah, we needed that pyramid.
I saw him running left. I was like, where's he going? But yeah, right. Steve, if he was going to go to catfish, he should have just taken the whirlpool at the bottom right. That would have been faster. But
He was probably debating whether he wanted to go to pod or cat.
All right, well.
Using the dash time to figure that out.
I mean, if JP...
This is actually good, though, right? Like, this is going to give him that powder.
Oh, yeah, because he'll mirror and do that. Oh, you're right. But will that be enough incentive for him to go turn that in right away?
I think so. I feel like he'll be, oh, the shovel. Jeez.
Gross.
I mean, the way he's kind of playing feels a bit erratic, so it's hard to predict where he's going to go, but I could see him running over. Oh, no. Oh, no.
If he goes straight there, he's going to be in go mode first.
Yeah.
Wow, what a turn of events.
Wow.
If he goes straight there and gets hammer, he is the luckiest random player.
You might have to finish the commentary by yourself. I can't believe
JP, go to 3, JP, do it. Come on. No.
Oh, he's going to go up there.
That's fine.
You know what? Between the two runners, I actually feel JP is in a better position than oneup.
Catfish is such a one-off, and especially because oneup did the thing where he did Waterfall and Zora. So the thing I said about JP there's half magic. That's a nice find. The thing I said about JP doing Zora before Aga, now it's kind of the opposite. oneup doing it after Aga, but not including the catfish play, might end up costing him. So. The thing is, he's still not going to be forced into going to Ice Palace anytime soon, so we might end up seeing the Meyer play from him, or we'll see the same play that JP's doing right now. But if oneup did, in fact, forget Sick Kid, then... Oof.
Here's the problem is, oneup is never going to catfish, even if he does do Sick Kid. Like, what? Catfish is the last thing he does.
This got interesting really fast.
Hey, oneup, there's another bottle. So,
what does that remind you of?
He's leaving, and he's not running out, so he's definitely not doing catfish.
Did he hasn't done Graveyard Ledge, though, so I could see him go for that route, right? I don't think he did Graveyard Ledge.
Nah, he didn't do Graveyard Ledge. He's going to turn in that shovel, though.
Nice, first try. Hair a pot from JP. Also getting the big key, so we don't know if he got another item already, or he did. Okay, so he's going straight to Molnar. So despite this being a non-required Tower of Hera, it was at least a very fast Tower of Hera. So
and he got half magic coming up here, so.
And he got middle hole.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
That sucks so much. Oh my god. Oh, dude, I don't know, man. The last few times I fought Moldorn, just dashing through him just doesn't work.
Are you gonna sign my petition for no Moldorms in?
No Moldorm Season 3. We'll hit up Zarby and be like, "Hey, can we get a version of Randomizer with just no mini Moldorns, no Moldorns? They just
my
don't
platform."
Just listen. I played the Moldorm hack where they're like 2x speed, one hit KO. And every enemy, and your sword beams are also Moldorms.
So he's not picking it up because he knows
He
that.
knows.
Yeah, like he's hammer go mode. There's nothing.
Right.
Oh, and one of
All right,
the
JP.
book somewhere.
Oh, that must have been in pod.
Yeah.
Go to 3.
This looks like the Meyer play.
Crap. I knew he wasn't gonna. It's a tough call to go for that powder play because it's like, what are the odds? And
yeah, oh for sure. I mean, we have 2 runners. Both need to make ridiculous checks at this point. One has to go turn in powder, which is not incentivized to turn in powder at all. One up needs to go to catfish and sick kid. Ugh.
Maybe JP will find the mushroom in here, and that'll double incentivize him. And maybe one up will find like 3 more bottles.
I mean, he's got 3, so. And the flute. I mean,
that was scary. It almost looked like he got caught in the hair. Caught. Once you clip in there, you just gotta tap left once, and then you're fine. I want to know what's going on these players' minds, because.
I mean, I don't know. At this point, I have 0 clue.
Oh god, the dash up. One up almost got dunked too. Nice. All right, well, I can see one up going for the Meyer play next right now. Though he might do Spike Cave first.
He's got the flute out. He's leaving. And he doesn't know about... for him, Bombos could be on the pedestal. Early big key there for JP.
Yeah, he just needs to get the first item very quickly.
You know what? There he goes. Pulls out the flute to go to Spike Cave. Gosh.
All right, no free item in the front, so we're gonna have to adventure a little bit further in this mire. I
have no idea. Like,
I'm just holding my breath right now because this is just wild.
I have no idea who's winning, who will win this, who has a lead. I have 0 clue.
JP just needs to go do Magic Bat, which is it's a kind of a obscure scenario because you have to pick up the rock. You have to go to the Dark World, pick up the rock, and then mirror on the other side of the hammer switch or the hammer thing to fall down.
Yeah, it's true. I totally forgot about that. So you got to go to the Dark World just to turn it in. All right,
you got the powder out, JP.
This might be Bombos from one up.
Yeah, and if that's the case, he's going to be going to Ice Palace next.
If he, God help me, if he hook shots here, Graveyard Legend instead. All right.
Here's the thing. The other thing that concerns me for JP is I could very well see him go for the Ice Palace play right after this as a bust.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's still got pod too. He hasn't been to pod, and there's always Hammer's always in pod. So I feel like JP will do both Ice Palace and pod before turning in that powder.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. It's a tough call to make. It's a one-off.
Those are the right calls to make because they're even though you can't clear them, there's more items there. All right, so now one up's going to go do Ice Palace, and through this all, I think the one benefit for one up, if you are rooting for Team Kappa to take this, is he has been clearing dungeons, so he did swamp. He'll do ice now.
Yeah,
and then he'll just have Skolas and Turtle Rock. So
I don't know. I wonder if one up dives into T-Rock after this.
I mean, he might. I don't know when. I don't know when he's going to go to Sick Kid. That is the problem. Is he he just might never find the Fire Rod.
Yeah, because this is one of those scenarios where he might have just I don't like to ever assume that a player forgot a location, but this is a scenario where that is definitely a possibility here.
Yeah. The Meyer play from JP makes sense because it is 3 items since it is the green pendant, so he can get the 2 items here and then turn in the green pendant for another item.
Yeah,
and it really, honestly, the seed kind of felt like Meyer was the play.
It did. It gave you so much stuff for Meyer very early. I feel like this also. My other concern for JP is if he's going to set up the green pennant turned in straight in a pod. Okay.
Yeah, and this might be bad for OneUp. I don't think he hit the switch. I guess he's got
Well,
full clear anyways.
Yeah,
so
if you're full cleared, you
yeah.
don't really have to worry about hitting the switch that much. And he
problem
did
is-
get one item already, so if he finds another one, then he can just.
But that's the problem. That's the
He still
problem.
has to open chests.
Right.
Well, there's the big key, so. Alright, what do we got on Viddy? 300 smackers!
There's the other item, so there's the cape.
It's kind of frustrating to watch because I hate that we know where the hammer is,
I
and
know.
where the fire rod is,
I know.
and that we're commentating for our teammates.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you know it's so easy to go do all these other things. Please flute to 3, JP. You're killing me, dude. But I forgive you. Always going straight for the green pennant turn in, so this might mean no pod right away. Which means he might do Ice Palace first, but
I don't know where OneUp's going now.
he's gonna check Ice Tea room, right?
Yeah, but did you say that's the second item?
He's gonna.
Oh,
Oh,
he needs the second key. Does he need a
no,
second key?
he doesn't.
No,
He
needs
has,
one
he has
key.
Samaria, so. Oh, is this it? This has to be it. There's nothing else over here. He's done everything else.
This might be GG's.
Well, it's tough to call because he's, OneUp's going to be 2 whole crystal dungeons ahead, but
Yeah,
at
but
this
he gets to
point-
go mode that. He gets to go mode swamp. OneUp did left side swamp.
Well, it's really going to come down to where OneUp goes next.
Oh, is he going to keep? No, he did all these checks. Where is he?
Did he not do
man.
digging game? Oh, he didn't do digging game. JP, please go back. I swear to God. Don't do this to me,
Oh,
man.
man.
Come on.
Oh man.
At least it was quick. Very nice fight over on OneUp's side. Real quick, grabbing another crystal. So yeah, just needs to get that fire rod off of Sick Kid. And he doesn't have much left, but he might get the Meyer play at this point. If
He's got the Meyer play. He could go up to Turtle Rock, which would be unfortunate.
Oh, Pyramid Fairy is also a possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, JP's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, OneUp's doing it. Oh, no, he's not.
No,
Sorry.
he's not.
I thought it looked like he landed on 3. Okay, well, Jesus. What a turn of events. I don't even...
I mean, do you feel good about this one, Willard? You gonna feel good about this one?
This has been so painful to watch. Just, and it's not to either their fault, the player's fault.
Well,
it's just been
not checking Sick Kid.
Missing Sick Kid's kind of rough. But with JP grabbing that hammer, he is in go mode at 1 hour 15 minutes. All he has to do is go mode swamp, go mode ice. And which will be even easier. Well, since he doesn't have to full clear it, he'll probably make sure to hit the switch in Ice Palace.
Yeah.
And then straight up to T-Rock. So this is going to be an interesting turn of events. Now, the one thing OneUp doesn't want to find is more fetch quests. So hopefully he doesn't find them much. He already did get that book. I'm assuming that must have been in pod.
Yeah. So he's gonna do Pyramid Fairy, and then I don't know where he goes from here.
It's either Meyer.
It's not Sick Kid. Like, he's forgotten about Sick Kid.
Where's he going? Oh, I've never seen. Okay, no, that makes sense. If you're gonna go up here,
Yeah.
yeah. If you did in fact forget about Sick Kid, then that's just really unfortunate. Like, it's you.
I'm
hate
trying
to
to
see
figure
that
out,
happen.
like,
you
okay,
just
so-
you just hate to see that happen because it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like God, there was one race I was commentating where a player. I was like wondering if a player was ever going to go do a required dungeon, and then he jumps in the interview is like, "Yeah, I never found swamp." Oh, well, that explains your routing for the last like 30 some minutes.
I mean, okay, so We've got Swamp and Ice Palace for 1UP to find Fire Rod to still.
Yeah. 1UP is still in the lead.
He's got about, he's still got about.
Didn't forget it.
4 or 5 minutes, I think.
I think it's just really safe to assume. Wow, look at all the hearts. It's safe to assume that he forgot it because it's such a quick check.
Yeah.
Take literally 1 second, just run over there to do that. This might be going back to kill Helmassar.
Yeah. Oh no, it was Graveyard
Or the
Ledge.
hook shot to Graveyard Ledge. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Gold Sword in hand and Blue Mail, and though JP doesn't have that many hearts, he does still have. I think he has a blue potion on him. I think he, for the most part, is going to be good to go.
Yeah.
To get through the rest of the seed. And jeez, gosh,
Yeah.
That Bombos at Catfish just completely changed everything.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. That was my worry, is that he finds Bombos before Fire Rod. Because now, like, he full cleared ice and is still looking for. See where he's gonna go from here. I think he might go check Bumper Ledge.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: if 1UP gets the Fire Rod right now, he's back in the lead.
Yeah.
Because all he has to do is go kill Moth and then go straight to T-Rock. So, and I'm not ready to call it yet.
Right.
Because you never know. You might just have this stroke.
Yeah.
You might just have this moment of like,
Yeah.
right. So what he does right now.
Yeah, where he flutes is going to kind of determine the rest of the seed. Go to 3. Go to 3. Go to 3. Nope, mine.
That's Meyer. Okay, well, that is very likely GG then.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, I guess the pressure's on.
Well, Wednesday just got a lot more interesting, Fear. So, for everyone in chat that doesn't know, me and my good pal Fear Agent will be facing off in Game 3 for this set Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't know what channel it's going to be on yet. We're not that far ahead. But it should be a very exciting match.
It's going to be fun. And you know what? Like, here's the thing, is the playoffs are tough, right? Like, you have to qualify through 7 weeks of pretty grueling matches to make it to the playoffs. So...
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was definitely some upsets. Some very surprising people making it into playoffs that I was not expecting, particularly coming out of the Pyramid of Power division. Broken Triforces not making it through.
Yeah.
Spiral Castle, Spearfinity not making it through. 2 Pearl, 2 Furious out of the Lake Hylia division. Weren't they? Did they make it far in season 1?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember exactly what format you guys did, since you only had what, 18?
Yes, we had 16 teams season 1.
Okay, 16.
Yeah.
Bit of a difference, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so regardless, win, lose, or draw, this game and the next, I was proud of Team Kappa, for doing as well as we did. Had a really good season. 13-1. Can't complain about that. So
yeah, that's really good.
And the cool thing, the fun thing about the league is rooting for teams, because it's not just individuals anymore. So, and the fact that we're in the same division, we'll be, rooting on if, in fact, you guys advance. Definitely rooting for the Lost Woods to show those Kakariko fools and Lake Hylia fools and Hyrule Castle fools what's up.
Yeah, that's it's like you cheer for the guy that knocked you out, because then you don't want to get knocked out and then immediately watch them lose. It's like, well, we could have done that.
Feels bad, yeah.
Oh, it's like me in the Pog Champion tournament.
Yeah.
Wall kicks. Jerk. Looks like JP was gonna set up Icebreaker and think either he's going to go just for the normal play. Okay, no, he just wanted to make sure he hit the switch. It looked like, did he do the icebreaker and then backtrack to go with the switch?
I think he might have, realizing that I got to go back. Yeah, I'm not saying that this is over. This is not over by any stretch of the means. So like, this is the reason that this is the best of 5, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, game 3 is your pick since you guys are the higher seed. So, and if you guys manage to take that, then game 4 will be our team's pick. So it'll be interesting to see, assuming we get to game 4, who will be stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, and then there's some gamesmanship to be played as well. Like for example, the spoilers. For example, Zelda Zan was their strongest runner, and they saved him for game 5. Unfortunately, they didn't make it to game 5.
Yeah,
so,
I mean that's kind of part of the. I think I was acknowledging that for the I believe the Misery Mire division, the one with the Goomba, the last locationers versus the Sexy Ganons.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised with the pick for game 4, but you got to just go with your gut and hope your team can carry you, and then you bring out your biggest guns for game 5.
Yep.
And it didn't really work out for the spoilers in the Kakariko division, but it's interesting. Yeah, there's just so much more strategy to it, which is exciting.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of fun with this season. It's been
yeah, same. I'm not gonna lie, I've done my fair share of competitive racing of this game in tournaments, and this is probably the most fun I've had. And it definitely helps that my team got placed in a division that was like 80% people that I know and am friends with, so
yeah,
that certainly helps.
It turns out playing this game with friends is fun. Who knew?
Dude, the co-op weeks were so great. I want more of that. Like, I'm ready for the next 2v2 tournament whenever that shows up, because that was the most fun. That was such a good time.
Yeah, I mean, co-op is secretly. I started this whole league just so I could race. Co-op info share seeds with people. That's the real secret. That's my favorite mode. I love it.
I was surprised because I honestly was a little nervous about the spoiler log week, because that's just something I didn't really have much experience with. But like, I had so much fun with that, and it helped that I had my teammate JTB running the spoiler log for both of our races, me and JP's race, and he just killed it. And I don't know, just the concept of being able to like watch your opponent and seeing what they're doing, and then being able to route on the fly is just it's such a nice, refreshing way to play the game versus no peeking, can't watch, don't look at the screen. That's big cheats. Right.
And it's a skill that some people didn't even realize that they had. Like, routing is a definite skill.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's super stressful for me. Like, I didn't run it all that week. And I did a couple of like practice runs with the spoiler log, and like I was basically like just dripping with sweat the first like 30 minutes of the race. Where I'm like,
that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like actually being the navigator, the pilot or whatever, the one looking at the spoiler log and telling their teammate where to go is like super stressful. And that's part of the interesting strategy. It's like, okay, I need you to waste some time at the beginning, so I have enough time to like go through all of Kakariko, find you the boots or a flute or just something to route more efficiently. And just, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. It also helped that like when it comes to rando, because I've been playing it for so long, that any mode that favors the execution player benefits them. That co-op week kind of worked out pretty well for me. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. So, we are finally seeing Turtle Rock. JP will get to go mode this entire dungeon. 1UP is going to go ahead and kill Helmastar King, which does have an item, and this will probably lead to that pedestal pull. I don't think he's been over there with the book since.
No.
So
see how friendly this Turtle Rock is. We've got a key started out. You want to see like a big key and a small key right here. Yeah,
because that kind of ensures that, assuming Well, there's one, and well, there you go. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Good chance you get to skip laser bridge and all that stuff. So, and I'm assuming JP's probably going to go ahead and go for the. Just go ahead and check the big chest. I personally don't like that gamble. I know it's like a very low % chance that both lava chest and big chest have small keys, but I still just no. It's just not worth it.
I remember. Yeah, I remember you not liking that gamble.
Oh yeah, was that my race with Gava?
It was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's the Keen and Berna. No key there. That would have been the true God Turtle Rock, because you get another small key and chain chomper him.
Yeah, he'll be able to steal a key, go outside and check big chests. The only thing at this point that JP would probably be liking to find would be the silvers, just to make the Ganon fight a little bit easier. I did notice that he picked up an arrow upgrade before going into Ice Palace. I think it was just because, well, I don't think he even spent that much against Vitreous.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think he probably was going in for bombs and was like, well, I might as well just go ahead and buy them both. All right, we are going to see that pedestal pull and or check over on 1UP side.
I think we're going to have a team meeting with 1UP and talk about his tracker. I think that's the key element from here. I don't know if he uses a tracker or not, but
I thought does he not have maximum health increase? All right, well, at this point, to him, it's either a dip into T-Rock or I don't think he has anything. I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's got to be it.
Yeah.
Looks like that's where he's going to go. Dang.
Yeah, he definitely forgot.
Yeah, as soon as he got the hammer, like that would have been the best time to check it.
How much is JP sweating right now after those 2 deaths to blind and some of the like more erratic routing and getting the hammer that late? Like he's got to be sweating at this point, right?
He's probably feeling bad about that Meyer play. And what else did he do after? He did a couple extra stuff after Meyer, but at the same time, he never went to pod. That was a huge play, so good for him not making that.
Didn't go to ice either. But without the hammer, at least.
I mean, here's the thing: like, it's hard to talk about because I have no idea how this seed would have gone had 1UP not goofed. So I can only say that JP did a fantastic job. Good job, bud.
Oh, that situation. Here it is.
This is why you don't go for it, man. He's sweating now.
It wasn't sweating before. Yeah, it wasn't before sweating now.
It's only funny because we know that he's perfectly fine, but at the same time, like, that's why I don't like that play, man. It's like when you only need one more item in Eastern and you skip vanilla big key chest. I just hate that play because if there's something there, like, it's over.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say like 90% of rando players are making that skip right there. Maybe even higher number than that.
Yeah, that's just not one I'll ever do. Nope. Even if I'm feeling behind, like, nope, I'm good. Because you never know. I could be feeling behind, and then my opponent does it, and it changes the lead. You never know.
1UP's about to get locked out right here.
Yeah, because Chomps didn't have a small key, so. And then I think at that point, it's just one of those like, whoops.
What did I forget? Yeah.
What did I forget? Which is a terrible feeling.
Especially in the playoffs.
I feel bad because, like, I know JP's not going to be as happy about this, which is understandable, but at the same time, we take those, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, a win's a win, as unfortunate it is, but a win's a win. I mean, unfortunately, I want to say, where is my boot? Or what's the name of that team in the Hyrule Castle Division? Lost Game 5. Emulator crashed.
Oh yeah, game 5/6.
Yeah, yeah, game 6. Yeah,
I'm surprised how many ties we've had in the playoffs. It's only the second round. We've already had what, 2? There was one in the
Yeah, we had-
Skullwoods division, Ravis versus Tito, and then
was it Werfjig and Edump?
versus
I think?
Edump. Yeah.
And then Werfjig's emulator crash, which
It was a weird crash too. I watched the clip. He was literally doing icebreaker, and then it just froze. I have no idea what happened.
All right, JP's about to get his 7th final crystal. We're gonna play a game where you try to figure out where the big key is in Ganon's Tower. There's 22 different locations. I'm gonna hit start, and you put in guesses, and you can win some internet points.
Do want to make one quick correction. It was actually Moogle Charm versus Warpjig
Oh, my bad.
in that game 5. So they were in chat. They were yelling. So I just wanted to clear that up.
All right, so we started the guessing game just a bit early because it's going to be a quick jump over there. And we see oneup just checking locations.
Yep.
He's in the right area.
Oh wow, JP getting red mail from Trinex, so
Nice.
he might not find those silvers, but he'll be pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Whenever you get to this moment where you forgot something, it's always something in Kakariko.
Yeah. Chicken Hut.
Chicken Hut, back of tavern.
Bottle vendor.
Oh, OneUp's doing the thing. There's definitely a clip of me during a weekly where I bombed the door and then didn't go inside. Just walked right by it. And of course it was the Moon Pearl.
Yeah.
The classic, so.
All right, last chance. Get those guesses in.
And at the same time, like, just using like a standard item tracker, even something as simple as like a little check mark next to your bottle is helpful.
Yeah.
I don't really like map trackers for the most part. I only use them in like entrance shuffle, just so I can mark which entrances I've been in, so I don't miss one on Death Mountain that happens to be my required last dungeon, and then get last in a race. Oh, there's that mushroom. And we're going left side. So this is probably Hope Room full left, I'd assume so.
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped. After I became a little bit more proficient in the game, I stopped using a map tracker until I lost like 3 or 4 races because I didn't track something right. I was like, not worth it. I gotta pull up.
I mean, they're amazing resources if you're still learning the game for sure. And I just realized that like I used it because I was practicing cross keys like every day leading up to that week of cross keys. And after that week was over, I felt my brain was like, I was still like reliant on this tracker that I wasn't using anymore. Like playing the game without a tracker felt weird. It felt wrong. And I was like, I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. So you kind of have to, because when you rely on something like that, it's really easy to get into always having that as a backup. And then
for sure, definitely can be a crutch.
Is he gonna go pull the pet again, or check the? He checked it, and now he's gonna go pull it.
Doesn't believe it. Ped's alive.
Maximum health upgrade. I don't think so.
All right, so we've checked. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is number 9. That clip didn't really work out.
Ill-advised, I'd say.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a tough way to lose a match.
I mean, if this was just like a basic ladder race or SRL race,
or
if those still exists,
even a regular, or a regular season match, like.
Oh yeah.
It's playoffs. It's just tough.
And especially after a very close match that happened right before this one.
Yeah.
I'm sure both of these players going into this race were feeling the pressure, JP wanting to
sure.
put his team up 2-0 to let me breeze through game 3 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or, One Up not wanting to let his team down and tie the series up. So, and it's tough. There's a lot of things to remember in this game. There's a lot of checks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not as bad as Zooter, but it's still a lot of stuff to keep track of.
And it's always the one that you forgot.
The way that this would be the fitting ending to this would be a tile room, Big Key.
Oh yeah.
I think JP bought a bunch of arrows. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting these results today. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I trust my team,
Sure.
but I was expecting the opposite.
Sure. There it is. That's number. Somebody give me a number. I wasn't paying attention, and I'll put it in chat.
I was hoping full F to vanilla, so.
Yeah, I was. Looks like it was number 15 or 18. It's one of those two.
15, yeah.
All right. Oh, our tracker won today. GG's.
Yo, nice. Got that inside info.
That's right. Congratulations for your internet points, and all the other people that picked 15. You get 5 internet points, and guess what? They're worth the same as the 27. So GG's to you. I kind of feel the same way. It's like I'm confident with my team. We went 13-1 in the regular season, and Gamma's a really good runner, and so is One Up. So I felt confident. At worst I was hoping 1-1, but to go 0-2 is pretty tough to take back to back. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it's like I was expecting to go 0-2 today, while I sit here on my armchair watching and not doing anything about it. But at the end of the day, rando gonna rando sometimes.
Yep, for sure.
And
well, we should probably start scheduling on live on air game 4, right?
I mean, we got all week. Let's see how my practice needs go tomorrow, and then I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on that one. But yeah, that's just kind of what's so fun and inviting about this particular randomizer. There's so many randomizers out there.
Yeah.
Like, I think I played through like 6 different randomizers last week. And it's just like this one in particular on like a competitive level is just so inviting.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get into. It's so easy to learn. It's so easy to get decent at that you can start competing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you've seen results that whether it be in the main tournament or here in the league or on the ladder of runners, of new runners, making a splash. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, there were some people in the league that this is their first time ever racing rando, and then all of a sudden they're like getting wins of like, who are these guys?
Right. Yeah.
How are they doing this? And that's just what's so great about this game and this community is that those kind of stories can happen.
Yeah, I definitely heard from some of those racers because we did, we previewed the season and announced the divisions, and sometimes trying to talk about someone you've never heard of who's never raced, it's kind of hard to do.
Yeah. And this is so and so. They've got this many letters in their name.
Right. And then turns out, they're pretty good, and they won some races. So it's pretty cool. And the league has been pretty awesome. Despite today's results for Team Kappa, the WJPTB is no slouch. The team is really good. And
I'm not gonna lie, like when we first talked about putting this team together and signing up for the league, it was kind of like a afterthought, like yeah, sure, because like the main tournament was still going on at the time, and I was like, I was confident that we do well. I didn't think we would make it this far, but I think we kind of got really lucky with the groupings, because like there's some really heavy hitters
Yeah.
out in the other divisions. Like people been joking that the Lost Woods division is the easiest one. They're not wrong, but they're also not right.
Right.
But like I don't know. I look at like
group of-
Kakariko and I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
kind of random retired. I like Big Boots. Like those teams are tough. And then you got like Hylia with Pug.
Yeah, like Kylie, it was tough. You got
Clown
Pug Trio,
Parade.
Clown Parade, Yu-Ting Clan, 2 Pearl, 2 Food. Like that's a tough division.
And like I don't know how you guys determined like the groupings for the divisions, but I'm just gonna say that I feel like we got a very favorable division, which definitely helped. Which is what's fun is like we could go with the same group into season 3 and get completely wiped, and that's what's fun about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you know there's a race going on?
Yeah, Aga 2 down for JP, and this is gonna be a pretty quick cannon as well. Doesn't have silvers, but a butter sword will make short work of it. Yeah, like there's the teams again. Team We're Bad at Team Names took 3rd in our division.
Yeah,
and,
that was a shock, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I know all 3 of them. They're really good friends of mine. I'd seen how much Rick had gotten better just from doing the Challenge Cup, the most recent one of that. And, you know, when we ended up going 1-1, which was an 8-second loss in the first week, I was like, okay, well, maybe there's maybe the switch up's gonna happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's been fun watching people playing this game, just getting better,
For sure. Yeah.
getting results. I'm curious to see where Ganon's gonna say these silvers are at.
Compass
No.
room, probably.
If it's B, I don't even read it because I'm like already ready to just get right onto the next. I'm like I'm mashing L and R, like just get on with it. And I'm sure OneUp's just waiting for that dot done so he could stop double checking everything. I think this is his 3rd time in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah.
My tower.
So either compass room or tower room.
I don't think JP checked anything upstairs.
Top. Yeah, I guess totally forgot about that.
Well, the nice thing is with Fire Rod and Half Magic, he could switch to that and just go ham, get those triples. It's like that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
He does have red mail. He's a little close to the fire bats there. I bet. I mean, obviously these players have already finished because we're on a 10-minute delay. I'm sure JP, when he saw the dot done, was like, "Huh?
Yeah. What happened?
All right."
Yeah, the mix-up and
But like seriously,
deaths and stuff.
Kudos to him. Despite the blind deaths, kind of the slow start, putting off Aga Tower as long as he possibly could. He kept it together. He pulled through, even with the T-Rock goof. But JP is going to take this game and put WJPTBB up 2-0 versus Team Kappa. GG's in chat.
GG's to JP and WJPT. You guys need a better name, by the way. It's so hard. JP's finished with an official SRL time of 1:45.12, and OneUp has indeed forfeited. So we'll see if we can talk to these guys.
And just as I thought, JP's first thing was, "Oh my God, how did I win?"
Yeah.
As expected. That's great. Let's pull him in.
GG's guys. Let's start with the winner today, JP. How you feeling after that? We know Will and I talked a lot about some of the mistakes that happened early on and how we think how you felt. To kind of explain that to us. Your thought process and all.
Yeah, I was like the whole climb up the tower. I'm like, where's OneUp stop done? He's gonna finish at any second. I know it. And then when I finished, like, how did I win that? And then I heard him, and we talked in the chat about how he missed Fire Rod, and that is rough. I mean, yeah, you saw it early. Aga was as late as possible. I realized as I was doing my ice rod check and going to the fake flippers, I'm like, this is really dumb, because I know Aga's got something, even if the chances of me finding something here are really low, especially since I can't check waterfall. Then I took the blind deaths, and I'm just. At that point, I'm frazzled. And at that point, after I finally get my boots, I'm like, I have to take every chance I can. I have to. And that's why I basically, right after Thieves Town, I save and quit. Got that mirror, got that fire rod. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe.
Maybe there's a chance.
And then
it was a very bizarre play, the save and quit immediately, mostly because we knew what else was nearby. But it ended up kind of working out for you.
The reason I did that was because I knew the bow was on the library. So I'm like, okay, at absolute worst here, I grab that bow. I'm setting myself up to go to pod. So that's what I was thinking at the time. And then I get the fire rod in the mirror, and I'm like, okay, that worked out better than I thought. And then, so I went right, did Skull Woods, then I got that flute. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go straight to desert and see if I get anything. And boom, there's flippers.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it was so interesting because like we saw where the hammer was, and we were just trying to piece together what would force you into that scenario. And then all of a sudden, you're going up. We thought you were heading to pod, but then you did catfish, found Bombus, and then all of a sudden this race was turned upside down.
Yeah, because I wanted to check. I want to check waterfall as well at that point. And I got Bombus like, okay, that is great. That means I have a really good chance if I can find hammer somewhat quick. I didn't find it as quick as I wanted, but I at least avoided things like a dip into ice without the hammer, a dip into pod without the hammer. So I felt okay. I at least got a chance. And then I start going. I go to T-Rock. So I could be. I think Wadey was the one who told me this, but it was like there's a 95% chance that, or there's only a 5% chance that both those chests have small keys. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it. And of course, the one time I try it, and it doesn't work out.
Did you learn your lesson?
Yes.
It's funny because like I wasn't paying full attention because we've been kind of rambling for like the last however many minutes talking about whatever. And when we saw you get to Laser Bridge and didn't find a key, I was literally just talking about that gamble and how much I don't like it. And then you did it, and I was like, oh, good. And we were figuring like, oh man, he's got to be feeling even worse now. But we know that he's like, he's fine. So.
Like I said, like I feel like I think it was Wadey who told me it was like 95% chance that you'll be fine there. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't happen that time. That's why I took that gamble, because I felt behind. And yeah, when it didn't pay off, I'm like, oh great. But yeah, I probably won't do that again.
And then all right, one up. I guess we can figure out how you're feeling about things after.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't feel too great. I don't know. There are definitely ups and downs throughout the seed. I wasn't feeling great at first, since I kind of saved Aga for last, and it did end up being progression, because, I don't know, like, you got everything you needed to go fight Aga, and literally nothing else, and it's like, okay, well, I should probably be thinking about Aga, but, like, the Moon Pearl kept never showing up, and, like, it's so astronomically rare to actually have the Moon Pearl on the Pyramid Ledge or something leading to it, that I'm like, no, like, that's not going to happen, so let's just save it until after we've done everything. And, then, continuing on from there, like, finding the mirror on Lumberjack later, I started feeling even worse. So I'm like, oh, JP might have checked this the first time through. And, you see that and you're like, well, there's no reason not to go to Aga immediately, because you're probably going to need that mirror.
JP, did you
then as the seed?
The Lumberjack before going into Aga?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
That was a surprise to me.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. Yeah, and then continuing on, like, I got the hammer from the Magic Bat at the same time I was doing the Smith's Chain. And, I felt really good at that point. I'm like, oh, that's, a great find, and it felt good to route all that together. Because, like, it's hard to check the Magic Bat without a hammer, because you have to leave that portal there. You can't get back into Dark World after that.
Yeah, it's a pretty obscure location for it.
And that just felt really good. And then, like, the longer and longer that fire rod didn't show up, like, the worst I felt. And I'm like, oh man, this isn't good. This is not good. And then, yeah, like, just total confusion by the time I got to Turtle Rock as kind of my last hope, and it still didn't show up. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going on now.
Yeah, we were in no mode relatively early, I suppose, because JP found Bombos, which we thought would be your undoing one up over there on Catfish, and also the Fire Rod, and you had found Hammer, so we were just trying to figure out who was going to find what first. We didn't know if JP thought about jumping into Ice Palace or Pod or making any of those plays without the Hammer, so a lot of that was kind of up in the air. And one up ended up having a bit of an advantage. Of course, you didn't know this because of some things that didn't go right for JP, but in the end, skipping out on Sick Kid was the big undoing.
Yeah, I think what ended up happening there, I was kind of talking with JP after the seed, and like, I got that bottle at Bonk Rocks, and then like the mirror at Lumberjack, like all kind of right in a row. And having, knowing the bow was coming up too on the library, like, I'm trying to do all this routing in my head and figuring out what's going to be the best thing. And like, there was a lot going on at that point in the seed. And I think what happened was, like, on my way to activate the flute, I just checked it off, and I'm like, okay, I'm obviously going to go do the Sick Kid while I'm activating the flute. And then I just never did, even though I checked it off, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Well, I guess I'll ask you guys, WJPTBB, how you guys feeling going in 2-0 lead into win?
Well, I'm feeling the opposite of what I was expecting. Not that I didn't have faith in my teammates to get a win today, but I left it up to the rando gods, and they favored us today, which is nice. So I'm feeling a little comfy, maybe too comfy. Fear.
Yeah, don't get too comfy. But yeah,
it's okay.
It's just like exactly what Willard said. Like, I was like, okay, if we get a 1-1 day, I feel pretty good about that. But to come out 2-0, that's that is really that is just great. That just feels great.
I don't know what to do with all this.
I mean, we're essentially on an 11-game winning streak at this point.
Yeah, it got hot at the right time. This is all just a big ruse to set you guys up for failure.
Yup. I'm gonna throw so hard on Wednesday so we get exciting game 4.
This was all
I'll
planned.
I'll let Fear get his inverted in.
one
All
up
master
new,
plan.
Yeah, one up new to skip something to set everyone up for this big.
See, I went from
best of 3.
I went from having the pressure of keeping my team from going 0-3 to now having the pressure of making sure my team goes 3-0. So it's the opposite feeling, but it's the same pressure. But looking forward to that race.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Even though that mode sucks. Still better than inverted. Still better than inverted.
Still better. All right. Any last thoughts from any of the runners?
I mean, good race. I mean, I definitely don't feel like I deserve to win that one, but I'm glad I got it. I got to do some practice. I got to get better at some stuff. That was probably one of my worst performances in a while, which is bad. But
that blind fight, JP. Whew.
Yeah, I know. I just
team meeting.
Yeah, I'll get some more work in. But like I said, it was a good. I feel bad for one up for how that went, but it's still a good race, and series is still alive. We gotta finish it out now.
Yeah, GG's again. I'm hoping we get to see a game 4 and maybe even a game 5, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, one last question, I guess, to both of you. What do you guys have against Spectacle Rock Cave?
That was just more of me trying to make some skips just to try to save a little time. Those dead rocks on Death Mountain too. I forgot about those.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
navigating.
feels really bad going up there just to look at one item, especially if you don't have boots or anything. I don't know, it's just such a
Yeah.
long walk.
You know, the funny thing about the death was I do this great job dodging to wait for the dead rock to unfreeze, and then I cross the pit, and before I can fire to get the other one stunned, he hits me. But that's dead rocks for you.
Yeah.
That'll do it, man.
All right. Well, GG's to our runners. Tomorrow we've got a whole slew of games coming your way. Shireen versus Futon, Cloud and Parade versus Puck Trio at 110. We've got Goomba versus Arier on SpeedGaming. That's at 310. That's a game you do not want to miss. Kermit versus Hitzion at 410. Ack the Joker versus Wall Kicks. Should be a good time. Relkin versus Super Taylor. Kyong versus Zero Rush. Like, these are like must-watch games. So keep it locked in on the SpeedGaming channels and the league channels as well, because there's some hype matches tomorrow and honestly throughout the rest of the playoffs. So Willard, good GGs to you and your team. That was fun doing some comms with you.
I did all the work.
Yeah.
I won. This is my win. No. A lot of fun commentating, man. Good times.
Yeah. So we'll see you Wednesday, man.
Yeah, man. Bring it on.
All right. Everyone, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you all later for some more league action. Bye, everyone.
All right.